Okay, race fans, let's talk about Friday, August 21st here at Delaware Park. Only 10 more days of August left. The summer is flying by, but we had a nice Friday. We had a lot of rain Thursday night, so no turf on Friday. We had a muddy track. Let's get right to the racing action. Race 1 would kick off the popular early pick 5. They bet over 40,000 into the early pick 5 on Friday. Race 1, we're going a mile 70 yards on the muddy going, claiming 7,500 for filly mares 3 and up, never won 3 or straight 3-year-old fillies. Let's go to the voice at Delaware Park, Josh Brown, with the call of Friday's Race 1.
Away and running. Good speed, one from the outside for Forget Tomorrow. The rail belongs to Tariva, and there goes Backwall Bandit, and the pace is swift in the early mix, so they passed the 7.5 furlong point, and Backwall Bandit wanted the lead and got it, and she has an uncontested lead. Tariva comes away a handy second, and Forget Tomorrow's a little wide in that third place position. I Am Depending on You is 3 lengths down from the leading roll in fourth, and Cheese is under a very snug hold over this sealed rated track, and very wide is Turbo Millie. Second to last is Rules for 3, and Tapwood Warrior has to come with a big close. They leave the first turn behind, and it's all Backwall Bandit. Last glance was 1-2 and shows away by a length and a half. Forget Tomorrow right there in a position to challenge, and Tariva pokes up the inside to be a clear-cut third. I Am Depending on You is only 2 lengths from the top and is ready to roll from fourth with 4 furlongs left to go. Cheese floats along in fifth. Turbo Millie starts to pick up velocity in sixth. Rules for 3 continues to stay at the rail, and Tapwit Warrior's never been near. They pass the 3 furlong pole, and Backwall Bandit calls the shots. I Am Depending on You trying to bridge that gap in second. Tariva comes under a heavy drive. Forget Tomorrow has no more to give. Cheese and Turbo Millie tries to close in, and Rules for 3 is looking to land a third place check and looms large now. They turn for home, and Backwall Bandit is kicked away from the opposition and has built up a 5-length lead. Rules for 3 tries to move in the second while I'm Depending on You drifts out. Forget Tomorrow comes up the inside, but they couldn't beat what they couldn't catch. And Backwall Bandit at 1-2 is long gone. Rules for 3 moves into second. It's all Backwall Bandit's win. Rules for 3 second, I Am Depending on You third, and Cheese finished fourth.
Well, top rider Jamie Rodriguez is back in town here at Delaware Park. He's going to ride here full-time for the rest of the meet. He had a win on Thursday. He gets away with some slow early fractions here on Backwall Bandit, the 1-2 favored, and the 3-year-old daughter of Rock Your World goes coast to coast for her third lifetime win from 12 starts. She paid $3 to win Race 1. The Mike Simone barn wins first off the claim with Backwall Bandit, a $3 winner there in Race 1. Let's take a look at Race 2 to kick off the early pick 5. We're going 5.5 furlongs on the muddy going, claiming 7,500, 3 and up, never won 2 lifetime. Let's check out the action here from Race 2.
They're ready. Away and running. Excellent speed from Nano Man. Party on Rufus is right there too. So is Ray of Love, and Spurious adds fuel to the fire. So as they settle down, Spurious comes away with the lead. Ray of Love battles Party on Rufus for that second place position, and Booted Up is right there but is 6 paths deep. Nano Man broke on top, soon outpaced. Second to last is Quahog Republic, and Migratory has a big tall order to close from last. They swing the side. It's Spurious who makes play, leads by only a neck. Party on Rufus right there, ready to pounce when it counts in second. Ray of Love is ready to unleash the brakes in third. Riding the rail is Nano Man. Nothing from Booted Up in Quahog Republic or Migratory as they turn for home. They go very wide over the muck and the goo, and it's now Party on Rufus who kicks for home. Battling on is Ray of Love on the far outside, and Spurious has no more to give. Up the fence is Nano Man, and Ray of Love goes with catapulting strides to the top. Party on Rufus sticking on for second with Nano Man third. Ray of Love has won it over Party on Rufus, Nano Man, and Spurious.
Well, the Nesville Hernan Balon barn winning at around 28%. They get the money here with Ray of Love, the 3-year-old gelding by long on value. He's now a 2-time winner from 9 starts. He wins with 7-pound apprentice Emmanuel Rosario aboard for the Balon barn. Ray of Love goes off at 2-1, pays $6.40 to win race 2. Race 3, we're off the turf, going a flat mile on the main track. Maiden special weight for filly and mares 3 and up. We'd kick off another pick 5 here in race 3. It scratches down to a 4-horse field. Let's check out the action from race 3.
Away and running. Prima Donna hits the ground running. Good speed from Raisin Weekend, and Minister Confessor is also up close to the pace. And Coquila Miss is also not far behind, so it's a close-knit fit of 4 as they go to the 7 furlong point, and it's Prima Donna who holds all the aces right now and shows the way by a length. Raisin Weekend is right there chasing that second place position, and Coquila Miss, taking full advantage of that post 1 draw, is not far behind as well. And Minister Confessor, the long shots, last of all. They leave the first turn behind, and Prima Donna shows the way in the opening quarter of almost 25 seconds and leads with 5 furlongs to go. Raisin Weekend right there trying to get closer without being asked in second, with a confident take back from Prima Donna's jockey, and leads by 3/4 of a length. Raisin Weekend right there trying to pounce on this leader in second. Minister Confessor's wide in last, and Coquila Miss continues to scrape the paint. They go to the far turn run, and Prima Donna's been this long time leader, but Raisin Weekend continues to glide up to that speed in second. Minister Confessor continues a wide trip. Coquila Miss has not been asked yet. Here's the quarter pole for Prima Donna, who's slowly trying to slip away. Raisin Weekend kicks right back with all kinds of momentum, and the other two are distant at this point as they turn for home. Prima Donna still leading and still chasing as Raisin Weekend, and these two go toe-to-toe, and Prima Donna trying to slip away over an unrelenting Raisin Weekend. Raisin Weekend has the outside momentum. Prima Donna fights on, but slowly giving way. Raisin Weekend's got the job done at 4-1. Raisin Weekend has won it over Prima Donna, Minister Confessor, and Coquila Miss.
Raisin Weekend had a couple months off and a brief freshing. Did this 3-year-old daughter of Catalina Cruiser some good. She breaks her maiden in her 4th career try for trainer Horacio De Paz, who's having a nice meet. Julio Hernandez gets the win on Raisin Weekend, who goes off at 4-1, pays $10.20 to win race 3. Let's take a look here at race 4 to kick off the late pick 5. Nice first level allowance condition for filly and mares 3 and up, going 1 mile 70 yards. Let's check out the action here from race 4.
Away and running. Speed on the outside from La Touche. Guy Poya, the Brazilian bred, tries to take over the lead, and Violet's Charm is in the middle of the pack. Jolly Jolene is 4 paths deep, and Caprichos in front is last of the 5 as they swing left, and it's Guy Poya on top of the group and shows the way 3/4 of a length. Pulling very hard is La Touche in that second place position, and Jolly Jolene chases wide, and this race has no speed whatsoever, and that's the reason for the close-knit affair. Violet's Charms in between rival, and Caprichos in front is right there too, as you can toss a blanket over them, only 2 lengths with cover tip to tail. So a new leader, La Touche, passes the 5 furlong pole and shows the way by a flared nostril at his best. Jolly Jolene, sensing a slower pace, tries to get closer in second. Guy Poya has shown the whip and not responding, and is a little headstrong in third. Violet's Charm is creeping closer to the dueling top pair, and Caprichos in front just past Guy Poya as they get ready to turn again. Jolly Jolene in the orange cap now puts a neck in front. La Touche has to re-rally in second. Violet's Charm starts to stretch those legs, and here she comes, and Caprichos in front is a distant 4th, but is closing in 1/4 mile from the money. Jolly Jolene, La Touche, and Violet's Charm is right there too. Homeward bound now, and it's still Jolly Jolene huffing and puffing and holding on for dear life. La Touche is battling on, and Violet's Charm is trying to get closer, but stagnant at the moment inside the final 200 yards, and La Touche just repelled the challenge of Jolly Jolene, and Violet's Charm. La Touche has won it over Jolly Jolene. Violet's Charm, Caprichos in front, and Guy Poya was last of all.
La Touche keeps the strong meet going for Amani Racing Stables and trainer Jose Gallegos. La Touche, now a 4-time winner from 22 starts. Nice 4-year-old filly by Authentic. Goes off 2-1. She paid $6 to win with jockey Cipriana Gill aboard. Let's take a look here at race 5 to kick off the late pick 4. We're off the turf, going a mile, 70 yards on the muddy going, claiming 10,000 for 3-year-olds and upward. Let's see what happens here in race 5.
Away and running. Good outside speed from Lake Chapala. And Kaises is also right there, and Powerful is sent through hard. In between rivals, and the pace is keen. And Heat Alert comes away a handy 4th. English Painter rides the rail, and Kernis was towing the gate prior to the start. Heat Alert's in front of 2, which is good as he gets. And very wide trip for Record Point. So they are taking no breathers up top, and Lake Chapala. And up the inside, Powerful passes a 6 furlong point as a team, and they've scampered away to lead by 3, and Kaises is on hold all by himself in that 3rd place position. A gap of 5 back to Kernis, who travels in 4th, and the yellow cap of Good as He Gets is right there as that one's teammate midpoint of the backstretch run. Record Point is picked off 2, which is English Painter, and Heat Alert is last of all. So Lake Chapala trying to inch away from Powerful, who refuses to yield the lead, but the back markers are closing in as they're sitting ducks up top. Good as He Gets looms a winning threat on the far outside, and Kaises is right there in the thick of it too. And here comes Record Point, who was very wide around the turn and means business now. Record Point, Good as He Gets. They inhaled the leaders at the quarter pole, and on the outside, Record Point tried to get past a stubborn Good as He Gets. A distant 3rd is Lake Chapala, and Ankaises as they turn for home. Record Point with those long strides on the outside just blew past Good as He Gets. Trying to close in his Kernis, battling on with Lake Chapala and Ankaises inside the final 150 yards. It's all Record Point from here on out. Good as He Gets battles for 2nd. Lake Chapala and Kernis rounded out. It's all Record Point. Record Point, an even money winner. To be Good as He Gets, Lake Chapala and Kernis.
The 6-year-old son of Canthero's Record Point, now a 6-time winner. He's now made close to $400,000 in career earnings. He wins for your leading trainer, Jamie Ness, and jockey Martin Chawan. Record Point goes off even money, pays $4 to win race 5. The early pick 5 paid $203.75. Let's take a look here at race 6. Race 6, our allowance feature of the day. It's a 3 other than allowance condition for Philia mares 3 and up. Optional claiming $62,500. We're going a mile, 70 yards on the muddy going. Let's check out the action from the Friday feature.
Set to jump. Away and running. Good speed in the center for Flowers for Me, and Social Fortress is going to keep her honest in the early mix. And that leaves Kinsey Queen galloping along in that 3rd place position. Jean Marie is going to be caught 4 pats deep, and Beautiful Bloom stays parked at the inside. Up and around the first turn they go. Social Fortress leads the other 4, and she shows the way by a length and a quarter. Flowers for Me in the 3 path is under a very cozy hold in that 2nd place position, and they've kicked away by 1. Kinsey Queen is a little erratic in that 3rd place position, head thrown about. Deep on the track is Jean Marie, and Beautiful Bloom still last of all, but only 3.5 lengths would cover the lot. So it's Social Fortress who goes down the back of the track on top of the group and shows the way by 1. Flowers for Me right there getting a little bit closer without being asked in 2nd. There's 3 of them chasing the top 2 ladies. Jean Marie is deep on the track, Kinsey Queen in between rivals, and Beautiful Bloom starts to pick up velocity, but still a compact field that turns left once again. Social Fortress, the longtime leader, has been shadowed by Flowers for Me. Up the inside, Beautiful Bloom now captures 3rd. Coming under a heavy drive is Kinsey Queen and Jean Marie. They just passed the 5/16 pole, and Social Fortress still in hand and in command. Flowers for Me trying to bridge that gap, not responding as of yet. And Beautiful Bloom rides that rail as they turn for home. Social Fortress asks for more and is kicked away by 2. Beautiful Bloom trying to duck towards the inside. Flowers for Me tries to re-rally, but it's still Social Fortress drifting out, but nicely clear. Late on the scene is Kinsey Queen, but it's all Social Fortress, and Social Fortress pulls away at 9-2 to win to beat Flowers for Me, Beautiful Bloom, and Kinsey Queen.
Social Fortress hadn't been around the ground since she was 3rd in the Grade 1 Frisette when she was a 2-year-old, but she loved to stretch out today to a mile, 70 yards. She gets right to the front and gets away with some slow early fractions And now the homebred for Joseph Nbeezy and trainer Greg Sacco, the 4-year-old filly by Social Inclusion. She's now a 3-time winner from 8 starts. She's now made around $250,000. She gives jockey Cipriana Gill his 2nd win of the day. Social Fortress goes off at 9-2 and pays $11.80 to win the Friday feature. Let's take a look here at race 7 to kick off the late daily double. We're off the turf, going a mile 70 yards, 16,000 starter allowance for 3-year-olds and upward. Let's see what happens here in race 7.
They're set. Away and running. Tug breaks first. On the outside, Guy Strip is starting to chime in, and Babel is right there too. And First Officer is going to let the other 3 scamper away. They have 15/16ths of a mile to go, and Tug has the advantage. It's only a neck at best. Guy Strip is right there, trying to get closer amongst those tree-lined shadows that are in the first turn, and Babel sits in the pocket in that 3rd place position, clearing out of trouble. And First Officer is a little wide as they go down the back of the track, so they're spanned out right across the course, and Guy's Trip takes the lead away with 5.5 furlongs to go and shows the way by 1 tight length. The blue cap of Babel tries to grab second. Deep on the track is First Officer, and Tug continues to stay ground saving and shakes off the others to hold that 2nd place position. 4.5 furlongs from home. Guy's Trip and the jockey is under a firm hold too, but that lead is only half a length. Tug continues to chase nicely in 2nd. Babel has no excuses in 3rd, and First Officer is caught 5 paths deep on both turns, and just like that, Guy's Trip has slipped away. Guy's Trip now leads by 2 expanding lengths. Tug needs to dig deep and find more. Babel keeps that one company, and First Officer gets a reminder, not responding. There goes the quarter pole, and Guy's Trip is looking for the competition, and right now there's none in sight. Tug still winning the battle for 2nd over Babel. As they turn to the top of the stretch, it's all Guy's Trip, who's built up a 5-length lead. Tug is into 2nd. Babel's holding 3rd and trying to close in his First Officer for a minor share, but no better than 4th, and that's how they'll finish. Here's a 6-5 winner, and Guy's Trip won well over Tug, who was 2nd, Babel 3rd, and First Officer was 4th.
Guy's Trip goes off 6-5, and now the 5-year-old stud horse by Preservation is a 3-time winner. He wins for trainer Jonathan Farron, who owns part of this horse. Nice ride there, Tajon Hazelwood. Guy's Trip goes off 6-5, pays $4.40 to win race 7. The pick 5 that paid out race 7 paid $220.25. Let's take a look at the 8th and final race on Friday. Beaten 62.50 claimer for filly mares 3 and up, going 6 furlongs. Let's see what happens here in the Friday finale.
Away and running. Missing the break was Little Crybaby. Bullet-like speed from Maybe Lucky and Wild, and True Sunshine is getting closer, and so is Infatuation. Dropping to 4th is Fast Motion, who was very reluctant to load today, and Lady Arwen is in that 5th place position. Little Crybaby is picked off 6th, and Coal Mine is last of all. So Maybe Lucky and Wild continues to lead, and the strides are sweet, and shows the way by only a neck. Infatuation is right there chasing the leader in that 2nd place position, and up the fence is True Sunshine in 3rd. Fast Motion has no excuses, committed to a wide kick. Lady Arwen's in the box seat today, and in the orange cap, here comes Lady Arwen with a polished display, and they're 5 across the track. Little Crybaby's in front of 1, and Coal Mine still last of all. 5 of them stack up, and they're chasing Maybe Lucky and Wild, who's right down the center of the track. Homeward bound now, and Lady Arwen tries to press on pass. Maybe Lucky and Wild's in for the fight. The rail belongs to True Sunshine. Infatuation is battling on, showing up late is Fast Motion and Little Crybaby. 2 of them go at it hammer and tongue. Maybe Lucky and Wild continues to lead. Oh, she looks sharp around the far turn too. Maybe Lucky and Wild has won it. Lady Arwen was 2nd, Infatuation 3rd, and Fast Motion lost her race prior to the start.
Maybe Lucky and Wild was 5-2 morning line. She goes off a generous overlay at 8-1, and the 7-year-old mare by It's My Lucky Day, now an 8-time winner. She's now made around $150,000 in career earnings. She wins for the Pedro Nazario barn, and the first win of the meet for the 7-pound apprentice jockey Ronaldo Rodriguez, who gave the mare a nice ride. Maybe Lucky and Wild goes off 8-1 and pays $19 to win race 8. The late pick 5 on Friday paid okay. Late pick 5 paid $496.15. Congratulations if you had that. Let's get a quick break. When we come back, I'll tell you about Friday's handle and what's going on here for you on Saturday. Okay, well, we had no turf on Friday with all the rain we had on Thursday, and they've already called it off the turf for Saturday, so adjust your handicapping accordingly. Hopefully we'll have a fast track for you on Saturday, but no turf on Saturday. The handle for our 8-race card with no turf on Friday, not that bad. It was a little over $1.6 million in total handle. Thanks to all our fans and bettors for making it happen. And of course, thanks to all our horsemen and our horses for putting on a great show. Have a great, safe Friday night, and we hope to see you here for our 8-race program on Friday. First race post time on Saturday tomorrow. Saturday, we have 8 races. First race post time is 12:20. Have a great night. We hope to see you on Saturday.
There's only one.